Alors, nous allons débuter. Bonjour et bienvenue à tous. Mon nom est Yann Robert. Je suis professeur à la School of Public Policy and Administration de l'Université York à Toronto et l'un des co-organisateurs de cette compétition. Il me fait grand plaisir de vous accueillir à l'édition 2026 de la compétition d'études de cas de l'Association des programmes en administration publique du Canada. De nouveau cette année, cette compétition promet d'être relevée et d'offrir une magnifique opportunité d'apprentissage pour les étudiants et les étudiantes de tous nos programmes. This competition is co-organized with Dr. Eugene Lang, who is the acting director of the School of Policy Studies at Queen's University and the lead author of this year's case. Later in my remark, I will take the time to acknowledge and thank the other members of this year's organizing committee. Eugene and I have had the challenging task of following in the footsteps of Rob Shepard and Andrew Rounce, who did an outstanding job in organizing the 2025 competition. A reminder that as of last year, the winner of the case study competition, beyond the prize money and the bragging rights, and you do have those, takes home the now coveted Shepard Prize, so named in honor of Rob Shepard and in recognition of his substantive dedication over many years to this event. We remain grateful to Rob and all of our predecessors for what they've accomplished and what they've built. And Eugene and I look forward to building this year on this great tradition. Before going any further, I would like to take the opportunity to start our virtual gathering today with land acknowledgement. I am joining you today from the area known as Toronto that has been caretaken by the Anishinaabeg Nation, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Huron-Wendat. It is now home to many First Nations, Inuit, and Métis community. We acknowledge the current treaty holders, the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. This territory is subject to the Dish with One Spoon, Wampum Belt Covenant, an agreement to peaceably share and care for the Great Lakes region. We also acknowledge that we have members and attendees joining us today from across Canada, and many are in different territories. From coast to coast to coast, we acknowledge the ancestral and unceded territory of all of the Inuit, Métis, and First Nations people that call this land home. February is Black History Month. We recognize that Canada is home to African Canadian communities whose culture, heritage, and histories have been and remain a key part of this country for more than 400 years. As a community of academics and public policy practitioners, we are committed to a lifelong journey of learning, working towards truth, reconciliation, and justice. And I do want to add this morning that obviously our thoughts and prayers are with those in Tumbler Ridge in light of the events that happened there yesterday, and as are all Canadians. Nous en sommes donc à la 15e édition de cette compétition. 15e édition de cette compétition, l'un des faits saillants de l'année universitaire pour les programmes en administration publique à travers le pays. This year, we have an incredible slate of 13 teams participating in the competition. Some of these schools have been there since the very first competition, while others joined more recently. In all cases, I want to thank all schools for their support and acknowledge the hard work of coaches, faculty members, alumni who are supporting students, all of these supporters of this competition, and obviously the students that will participate. Without everyone's continued commitment, both to this competition and to student success, we would not be here. And this competition would not be the success it has now become. Notre étude de cas cette année porte sur le rôle premier de l'État. Vous l'avez reçue il y a un peu plus d'une heure maintenant. Elle est également disponible dans le dossier en ligne des entraîneurs. Cette étude de cas porte sur la souveraineté et la sécurité du pays. Late last summer, Eugene and I held a brainstorming session with a former highly ranked senior public servant and an analyst at the Privy Council office. During that conversation, the latter noted how useful it could be to get some fresh thinking on the broad topic of national security. That, in a nutshell, is your task for this year's competition. I now have the privilege of introducing our judging panel. Our judges, once again, bring extensive government experience, and we know that they are looking forward to how each of you will be handling this important case. They bring a diversity of knowledge and expertise related to the question of national security. Eugene and I are extremely grateful that Noah Morris, some of you will remember him from last year, has agreed again this year to serve as head judge. Noah is principal at NJM Strategies, a consulting practice that specializes in post-secondary education. He served 34 years in the Ontario Public Service, spending much of that time in financial management positions in post-secondary education. It is his job to ensure that your interactions with the judging panel are well coordinated, that you're fair, that all teams are treated equally, and this especially during the Q&A period. You can trust that he will ensure each of your team, again, is treated fairly in your respective presentations. Christina Santini is currently the Director of National Affairs for the Canadian Federation of Independent Business, where she leads federal advocacy, policy analysis, and communications on issues affecting small and medium-sized businesses. Prior to joining CFIB in 2022, Christina worked many years for the federal government. And I really want to make a point of emphasizing this. Christina is a graduate of one of our programs, the Master of Public Policy at Simon Fraser University. So just a quick shout out to all of the coaching staff over there and our students from Simon Fraser. En tant que sous-ministre adjoint délégué des politiques à Transport Canada, Greg Hutton est responsable de l'élaboration de conseils stratégiques et de recommandations au ministère des Transports concernant les cadres économiques du marché pour les modes aériens, terrestres, rails et routiers et maritimes, ainsi que les politiques et normes liées à l'accessibilité, à l'innovation, à l'Arctique et au rendement environnemental du système de transport du Canada. Il ferait progresser les intérêts du secteur des transports du Canada par la surveillance des sociétés d'État liées au transport et par la collaboration avec les partenaires internationaux dans le cadre de forums internationaux tels que l'OACI, le G7 et le Forum international des transports. Vincent Rigby est professeur de pratique à la chaire Slater à l'Université McGill. Il a pris sa retraite de la fonction publique canadienne en 2021 après 30 ans passés dans divers ministères et organismes gouvernementaux, notamment le Bureau du Conseil privé, Affaires mondiales Canada, Sécurité publique, le ministère de la Défense nationale et l'ancienne Agence canadienne de développement international. Sa carrière a été axée sur les questions de sécurité et de renseignement, de politique étrangère, de défense et de développement. Son dernier poste était celui de conseiller en matière de sécurité nationale et de renseignement auprès du premier ministre de 2020 à 2021. Outre son poste à l'école Max Bell, il est chercheur principal à la Norman Patterson School of International Affairs de l'Université Carleton, ainsi que conseiller principal au Center for Strategic and International Studies à Washington. Violetta Quintanilla Webb is Assistant Deputy Minister, Customer Care Division, Service Ontario. She has been part of the Ontario Public Service for over 25 years, serving in both operational and policy roles across the OPS, including the Alcohol and Gaming Commission, the Ministry of Health and Long-Term Care, the Ministry of Community and Social Services, and the Ministry of Children and Youth Services. And again, she is a graduate of one of our programs. Shout out to all of our colleagues at Queen's and the team at Queen's University. She holds a Master of Public Administration from Queen's. Kimberly Rebinchuk was appointed Executive Director of the Independent Review Panel for Defense Acquisition Office in November 2023. where she leads a team in supporting the panel's review of major capital projects and its provision of advice to the Minister of National Defense. This position builds upon her many years of service at National Defense in various positions with the Assistant Deputy Minister, Canadian Forces Intelligence Command, and Canadian Expeditionary Forces Command. Prior to joining National Defense, she worked as a policy advisor with Status of Women Canada and the Department of Foreign Affairs and International Trade. Detailed bios of the judging panel are available on the coaches in the coaches folder, along with the case and the rubric that were released this morning. Just catching my breath. At this time, I would like to take a minute to recognize and thank all the members of the organizing committee, without whom this would have been an even more challenging event to put together. Nafisa Nawal is a second-year student in a Master of Public Policy Administration and Law at York University. She has played an instrumental role in providing administrative and logistical support for the competition. For coaches, Nafisa is your primary contact and resource person if you have any questions or encounter any issues. Asala Abbas est une étudiante de deuxième année à la maîtrise en affaires publiques et internationales du campus Glendon de l'Université York. Elle est présentement en échange à IEP Strasbourg et a joué un rôle important pour la préparation et traduction des documents en français. Bridget Waddingham, a second-year student at Queen's University, served as a research assistant and has co-written this year's case. And just if you're wondering, just in case, just to reassure you, all organizing committee members, Eugene and I, and all of the students who have participated in the preparation of this competition have firewalled themselves from their school regarding any aspect of the school's participation in this year's competition. For the sixth time this year, the competition is online. Twin Pines Multimedia is our technology partner for this event. I would like to thank Dusty Langlois and his team for their support in ensuring that this competition unfolds without any technical issue. And as we come to the end of my lengthy opening remarks, I would like to recognize our sponsors for this event. Much gratitude to the Canada School of Public Service for their continued commitment and support of this event. Their contribution, which again included this year the translation of the case study into French, is essential to our ability to hold this competition. J'aimerais également remercier l'Institut de recherche en politique publique pour son appui financier nous permettant d'offrir un prix aux trois équipes qui monteront sur le podium. J'aimerais également remercier l'École des affaires publiques et internationales du campus Glendon de l'Université York pour son appui financier à la compétition. I would also like to thank the School of Policy Studies at Queen's University for making available an RA to support our work. Voilà, j'ai fini. Vous allez entendre la voix de quelqu'un d'autre, je vous le promets. At this time, I would like to introduce our lead supporters for this case competition. It is our pleasure to introduce first Madame Josiane Paul to offer words of welcome from the Canada School of Public Service. The Canada School has something unique in store for students of member schools this year, from which we know you will greatly benefit. Josiane.
Merci, Yann. Hello, bonjour, everyone. It's a pleasure to see you today. I see many faces that I have known over the years on the screen, and it's always a pleasure to see you all. And it's a pleasure to join you today on behalf of the Canada School of Public Service. I would like to start by thanking CAPPA and the organizing team, most importantly, for bringing together students from across the country for this national case competition. Events like this create valuable space for learning, collaboration, and professional growth. À toutes les participantes et à tous les participants, félicitations de vous être rendus jusqu'ici. C'est un accomplissement en soi. Vous représentez la prochaine génération de fonctionnaires et de leaders du secteur public. Au cours des prochains jours, vous allez composer avec des enjeux complexes, des contraintes de temps, des points de vue différents au sein de vos équipes. Et c'est pas seulement des compétences qui vont vous être utiles pour le bien de la compétition, mais c'est aussi des compétences que vous allez utiliser tous les jours si vous devenez fonctionnaire ou dans le cadre de n'importe quel travail que vous voudriez accomplir dans le futur. The work you are about to do reflect the challenges government faces, competing priorities, incomplete information, and the need to make sound evidence-based decisions. Take this opportunity to test your idea, listen carefully to your teammates' perspectives, and remain open to different approaches. Often the best public policy solutions emerge from thoughtful collaboration. To support your learning, the Canada School of Public Service has organized an online exposition for participants. It brings together a selection of resources from the school that you can consult at your leisure during the competition. The exposition will remain open for the duration of the competition, not only to U.S. participants, but to all Canadian students. We encourage you to share the poster that I will put in the chat in a few seconds with your colleagues and your network if you think that it could be helpful for them. I saw that Jared was on the screen, and you may even see an event with Mr. Weasley there. So we hope it gives you a better sense of the kind of tool, courses, and knowledge product that are available to the public servants across the federal public service. I want to thank you again for being here, and best of luck to all the teams.
Merci beaucoup, Josiane. And I do want to reiterate what was just said for students on this call. The fact that you are here is worthy of congratulations in and of itself. Many of you, I am sure, have had to win internal school competitions to get here. So congratulations, and we really do look forward to what you are going to be able to produce over the course of the next 10 days. Il me fait maintenant grand plaisir d'inviter le professeur Jean-François Savard, Monsieur le Président, Jean-François Savard, le président de l'Association canadienne des programmes en administration publique, à prendre la parole. Le professeur Savard est doyen à la recherche à l'École nationale d'administration publique. Professeur Savard est un chercheur et un enseignant de grand calibre dont les contributions à notre discipline et à notre communauté sont nombreuses. Accueillons-le chaleureusement.
Merci beaucoup, Yann. First, want to congratulate everyone who's made it today, the competition. This case competition is not just an event. It's the opportunity not only to prove yourself, but more importantly, it's an opportunity to prove what our young generation of future public administrators can do. Year after year, every time I come here and I watch your presentation, I'm always impressed by the quality of the work, by the quality of the analysis and the quality of the recommendation. And year after year, I leave the competition with with hopes, because I know that we have really great leaders that are coming into our future and will lead Canada to better policies and lead to be a better place to live. So it's always a pleasure, great pleasure to be here. Now, I really do want to thank Ian and Eugene, as well as Bridget and Fisa, for putting together this year competition. Without them, we would not be here, and we would not have this opportunity to work. And I know that you're going to work really hard in the next few days. It's going to take a lot of thinking, a lot of writing. But at the end, no matter you rank first, you rank last, at the end, it will be fulfilling. And without them, we would not have this opportunity. So thank you very much, you all. I also want to thank all the judges who accepted to be part of this this competition. Without them, again, we would not be able to have this competition. And we not only have judges, but we have high quality people. And I really hope that you will take the time to listen carefully to their comments and to their recommendation, because these people have a lot to share. They have a lot of really great advice for you as future public servant. I also want to thank all our sponsors because without them, again, this would not be possible. And they here year after year, helping us building this new generation of civil servant. And last but not least, believe me, thank you, Dusty, because we really need those strong technical skills to be able to hold this competition with high quality and basically with almost no hiccup or bugs year after year. So thank you very much. Donc, merci beaucoup à tout le monde d'être présent aujourd'hui. Merci de votre participation. Merci de construire cet avenir de notre administration publique au Canada. Et quand on entend et quand on voit la qualité des présentations, la qualité des analyses, la qualité des recommandations, on ne peut qu'être très fier de votre travail et surtout, surtout, être très heureux de voir cette génération montante de jeunes analystes de politique et de jeunes leaders de l'administration publique qui vont construire l'État canadien de demain. Donc, merci beaucoup à tous. Yann, je te cède la parole.
Merci, merci Jean-François, because colleagues on this call and students have not heard from me enough already. But I do want to reiterate one of the points that you've made. Yes, this is a competition. Yes, we know that teams want to win. Yes, we know that students want to win, but it is really a great learning opportunity. So irrespective of the end results in 10 days time, I really do encourage students to both take advantage of this learning opportunity and to have a bit of fun with this as well. And that's the way in which you will benefit the most. We are now at the point in our programs when we would like to hear from all of you. Again, you've heard too much from me already. We invite the coaches to introduce their expert teams. We will proceed, beginning with our three winning teams from last year. Coming in first last year was Concordia University. Do we have the coach from Concordia here?
I am here. Thank you.
Perfect.
Yeah, so thanks again for organizing this. It's such a wonderful opportunity for all of us. So our team includes Naomi Abramovich, Brendan Metricos, Catherine Chisholm, Olivia Intaglia, and Roxandra Chirilla. And my co-coaches are Joe Farragone and Jeffrey Kelly. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I should point out I am an alumnus of that Concordia program, so I very much look forward to seeing how Concordia will do this year. University of Toronto.
Hi there. My name is Megan Ong, and my co-coach is Brian Lewis, who unfortunately could not make it today. We're joined by a really exciting roster of participants this year. Sarah Corbeil, Ritika Roy Chowdhury, William Clark, Ryan Holloway, and Matthew Crocker.
Thank you very much. Moving on, colleagues in this building, York University.
Hi there. My name is Victor Severino, and I'm co-coaching with Professor Koto. And our 5 participants from York University this year are Quinn Boswell, Carl Kaiser, Halen Hahn, Noor Malik, and Eugenia Opekwi.
Thank you very much, Victor. Going all the way out west, University of British Columbia.
Good morning. Bonjour from beautiful Musqueam territory in the UBC Vancouver campus. My name is Jen Walker, a practitioner fellow at the School of Public Policy and Global Affairs and a director in the BC Public Service. On behalf of myself and my co-coach, Professor Aaron Baines of the SPPGA, I am so pleased to be introducing UBC's outstanding team for this year's competition, Wendy and Sengiyumva, Raquel Yatsik, Christopher Wright, Edward Yuan, and our intrepid alternate, Jamie Fung. Thank you.
Thank you. And I really think that this is a massive strength of this competition, that we are truly national from British Columbia all the way to Nova Scotia. And as long as we can keep building that, I think it's absolutely wonderful. Still in British Columbia, we'll go to Simon Fraser. Do we have colleagues from Simon Fraser University, or either of the coaches here? Kennedy, Danielle? I am not hearing any of the coaches from Simon Fraser University. I will not try to pronounce the name of the students there that you have on your screen. For coaches and students of Simon Fraser University, thank you very much for participating in this competition, and we wish you the very best of luck. The province next door, University of Alberta.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ryan Dunford. I'm the public servant in residence at U of A and one of the coaches of the team. The other coaches for Team U of A are Dr. Jared Wesley and Dr. Fyodor Snegovsky, and I'll introduce Team U of A right now. So Sarah Stein, Sydney Rolfe, Portia Anani, Carmen Keith, and Hannah Willis will be representing University of Alberta from sunny Edmonton.
Do those words go together?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
Ian now. Edmonton holds, I think we're second place to Winnipeg for most sunshine hours per year. We only get them 4 months out of the year, but we still have most sunny.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll buy that. Okay. Did not know. See, there isn't learning opportunities as part of this. We owe this competition owes a tremendous amount to the Johnson Shoyama School at the University of Saskatchewan and University of Regina, where this competition began. So we have colleagues from the Johnson Shoyama Graduate School of Public Policy.
Hello, I am Nancy Carlson, coming in from sunny Regina. I am the coach of the Johnson Shoyama team along with Colton Gertz. Both of us are from the government of Saskatchewan. We have assembled a wonderful team this year that is made up of Cameron Gilliland, David Namdi, Emma Raychuk, Rashad Hack, and Princess Hannah Akon. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Coming back to Ontario and another university, another alma mater. My PhD is from McMaster, so we're going to McMaster right now.
Hi, everyone. My name is Graham Stewart. I'm a coach of the team alongside Professor Maria Gentova, who, again, sends her regrets today. She's teaching at this time, and so that always takes precedence. So, yeah, very pleased to introduce our team, who are all, exceptional students in the MPP program. Iman Grul, Sarah Mariani, Anna Sabotic, Taufkat Atanda, and Renee Pai. Very excited to be working with them.
Thank you very much. Back in Toronto, where it is not sunny, Toronto Metropolitan University.
Thanks, Ian. Hi, everybody. On behalf of all of us at TMU, I want to take the opportunity, first of all, to express our appreciation to organizers, sponsors, judges, all the participating teams, and we look forward to another great competition. So good luck to all. And with that, it is my pleasure to introduce this year's TMU team: Alec Benavides, Francis Chiponjian, Nabila Zaman, Rabia Shumayal, and Sharif Khan. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank, and best of luck to TMU. Still in Toronto, le campus Glendon de l'Université York. Is Francis or is Andrew on the call? Calling once, calling twice. Taught at Glendon for a very long time as part of that program, and they've participated in this competition since the very first one. So I look forward to seeing what the Glendon College team puts together this year. Moving a little bit further east to Kingston, Ontario, Queen's University.
Hi there, it's Jamshed, and I used to live in Edmonton, and one key thing you forgot to say that when it's sunny in Edmonton in February, it is also really very cold. So I think I'd say cloudy Edmonton and sunny Edmonton. So I'm really pleased to be here, and I'm joined by some of our colleagues from the team. On my left is Ben Salazar, Alicia Hamed. On my right is Menka Belanger and Mohammed Sohey. And then last but not least, one of our colleagues, Valeria Mendez-Diaz, couldn't join us today because she was otherwise occupied. So we're really looking forward to this. And it's not too sunny here. It's actually kind of cloudy in Kingston.
Yeah, and it's pointed out in the chat that it's actually been quite warm in Alberta recently. So I think you're broadly correct, but this year is the anomaly. To our nation's capital we go, in Carleton University.
Hi, everybody. Wonderful to meet all these amazing students and to see fellow coaches. My name is Amanda Clark, and I'm coaching the Carleton team. Our students couldn't be here today as they have class, but I'll present them nonetheless. Yvonne Chen, Winnie Guo, Jared Rabinovici, Faria Ahmed, and Joel West Sadler.
Thank you, Amanda. And it is a challenge of organizing this event, finding times which might be suitable for everyone. And as we usually say, last but not least, all the way to Halifax we go, and Dalhousie University.
Hello, everyone. I'm Laurie Turnbull. Super happy to be coaching this year. Assistant coach is Bill Foster. He's teaching, so he couldn't be here right now. Our team is Shane Douglas. We have a roster change, actually. Duncan is going to sit this one out. And so we are very excited to have Scott Bacon and Ian and Jean, I'll send you that update, and Joyce Lay and Caitlin Kendall O'Gorman.
Thank you very much, Laurie, and make sure to CC the CAPPA Case Comp email account on that one as well so that we can make the appropriate changes. Thank you. Well, we are zipping this right along. We are now at the moment that you have all been waiting for. Well, maybe not, but this is probably the reason that you chose to come today, which is for which is the find out when you will be presenting. So we will be randomly selecting the order of the presentations for competition day on Saturday, February 21st. Couple of reminders before we do that. Teams west of Ontario will not be asked to present before 11 a.m. Eastern. That is, the first 4 time slots will not be occupied by teams from British Columbia, Alberta, or Saskatchewan. It is really important that you take note of the slots which your team is going to be randomly assigned, and we will not be able to accommodate any requests this year. So once you see your school name appears, then that is the confirmed time of your presentation. We're taking a giant leap forward. For those of you that have been there in the past, you've seen school names picked out of a hat. As exciting as that was, we decided that we would retire that hat, and instead we asked our colleagues at Twin Pines to develop the Grand Wheel of Chance. They have graciously accepted to do so. You have it on the screen in front of you. You have the presentation slots there. Dusty's going to make that thing spin, and we'll put the teams into their slots. So Dusty, please do us, please, let's see how it works. Going wire to wire in 2026 will be Dalhousie. Luckily for them, that's actually 9 a.m. So that's not as bad, but wire to wire, setting the standard. Second slot goes to TMU. Let's see if going, I think they went early last year. Let's see if going early this year brings them chance. Third time slot goes to Glendon. Glendon presenting at 9:30 a.m. the day of.
No, that would be Queens.
Oh, that's Queens.
I think it ended up Queens. I think it
Oh.
Yeah.
I should learn to look at my screen. That would be helpful. Queens it is, going third. Carleton presenting at 10:15. So Carleton at 10:15. And now we're going to bring our Western teams into the mix. There you go. Let's see if we go out west. We don't. We stay in Ontario, McMaster at 11 a.m. Two more morning spots left. Just going to wait till the very end this time. All right, confirmed. We got York at 11:45. And the last team before lunch, making the judges forget that they will be looking forward to their sandwich. U of T. All right, they get a break. Judges get to eat. We move to 1:30 in the afternoon. None of the Western schools have gone yet. They even get to sleep in. Our first Western school from Alberta, University of Alberta, at 1:30 Eastern. I'm going to try and convert that at 11:30 in Edmonton. Oh, we are moving into Concordia. Look at that. Concordia at 2:15. 4 teams left. University of British Columbia at 3 Eastern Time, noon Pacific. Johnson Shoyama, 3:45. All right, 50% chance of who's going last. Staying with SFU at 4:30, and the last spot will belong to Glendon at 5:15. So just take a look at where you are in case you've not taken it down. Dalhousie at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, TMU 8:45, Queens at 9:30, 10:15, Carleton 11, McMaster 11:45, York University 12:30, U of T 1:30 Eastern Time, 11:30 in Alberta, University of Alberta 2:15 Eastern Time, Concordia at noon out in Vancouver, UBC. Johnson Shoyama at 3:45 Eastern Time, 4:30 SFU, and at 5:15, the last slot of the day, to Glendon. So there you go. Hopefully you have taken that down. Make sure we will obviously update the coaches folder with the final the final agenda for competition day and with teams properly slotted in as soon as possible. And before we sign off this afternoon, just a few reminders, just a few instructions that I think are worthwhile. Premièrement, n'oubliez pas de lire attentivement tous les documents, tout particulièrement lorsque vous lisez l'étude de cas, la tâche à accomplir et la rubrique d'évaluation. Nous avons demandé aux juges, et je sais qu'on le dit d'année en année et qu'on le répète, les juges appliquent la grille d'évaluation de façon assidue. Et donc, il vous incombe de bien connaître cette grille d'évaluation et de vous assurer que la présentation, à la fois au niveau du PowerPoint, mais également au niveau de votre format de présentation, de votre contenu, répondent de façon précise à ce que vous retrouvez dans la rubrique d'évaluation. Read these documents and read them again. It is critical that you understand what is being asked of you in this case, as well as the instructions for presenting. A bit of advice for teams, for students, as Rob mentioned last year, and as he kept mentioning, and I will repeat it here, lean on your coaches. They're there for a reason. They're not there to do the work, but they are there to provide you with guidance on how to approach this case, to work through it. This one, in terms of structure and format, is a bit different maybe than what you had to do and what past teams had to do. So working with your coach, working through this case, and making sure that you understand what's being asked of you is significant. Test your presentations with your coaches, with your peers, with alumni of your program. We also want to remind you that there are two areas being assessed, your presentation and the Q&A session with the panel of judges. The assessment rubric, as I've mentioned a few times now, will be followed assiduously. Keep in mind that in total you have 30 minutes from the time the clock begins. There'll be a clock on your screen. So as soon as the competition rep says go, that clock will start ticking down and you have 30 minutes from that time. Your presentations should take 20 minutes, followed by a 10-minute Q&A period. Prepare your presentation and organize your time accordingly. And as a former coach, one of the things that I can say is prep that Q&A. Make sure that you are ready. Think through possible questions that you may receive based on the presentations. Try to imagine what those questions and be ready for absolutely everything. The clock will stop at the 30-minute mark, and then you're done. And then you're done. A reminder that you can't watch the competition until you have completed your own presentation, but once your presentation is completed, then you will receive a link to join the viewing room on YouTube, and you will be able to watch the other teams participate. So you'll be able to see what your peers have put together in terms of this case. And one of the things that we mentioned earlier, both the president of CAPPA and myself, is this is an incredible learning activity. So yes, that learning activity is partly what you're going to work through with your coach and your team over the next 10 days or so, but seeing what your peers pull together, the way in which they approach this case, the choices that they make, the way in which they've decided to pull that material together. I think you can learn a lot by watching other teams, and especially if you're going early, one of the benefits of going early is that you get to watch many of the other presentations. So we certainly encourage you to do so. It's a really important part of your learning experience. Your presentation must be submitted by Friday, February 20th, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific. Please ensure that you are submitting both a PowerPoint presentation and a PDF file to the competition email address. We need those in advance, and you are not allowed to make any changes to your presentations once they have been submitted. A reminder that when you are presenting, the competition organizers will be the one that are progressing through your slides. So as you practice, make sure to practice. Next slide, make sure to time accordingly. We're responsible for moving your presentation along, and we are going to be using that which you submit by 5 o'clock Eastern Time, the day of this competition. Do not send any other formats because we won't use them. And of course, make sure your deck is professional, that there is no dark backdrops, that it is clear so that it is highly legible. We want to make sure that we encounter no challenges in uploading your deck and as you present the day of the competition. No moving graphics will be accepted in your presentation, and as I pointed out, it'll be uploaded in advance of your presentations, and then we'll advance your slides during the presentations. I could go on. As a former coach, I have tons of advice, most of which you probably don't need to hear or don't want to hear. However, if you do have questions, then feel free to send them to the organizers using the CAPPA-ACPAP email address. Shortly, we will begin our technical briefings with each of the individual team. We are starting with the University of British Columbia at 10:10 Pacific Time, 1:10 Eastern Time, so in about 20 minutes from now. Once we are done here in just a few minutes, all teams should exit this room, and we are using the same link for your technical brief. Re-enter this room 10 minutes before your scheduled time. Your appointment time with the technical team is located in the opening reception agenda file. The next team after UBC to test their settings is Concordia at 1:20 Eastern Time. Are there any questions before we conclude this opening reception? I don't know if I see it. I'm just seeing a big picture of myself on the screen in front of me. Not seeing any questions. Again, do feel free to reach out if you have any questions or concerns. En terminant, j'aimerais remercier tous ceux qui, j'aimerais de nouveau remercier tous ceux qui ont aidé à préparer cette compétition ainsi que cette cérémonie d'ouverture et vous tous qui y avez participé. And at the risk of being repetitive, and my students will tell you that that's what I do best, a final word to all students. We know you've been working very hard to prepare for the competition. We wish you the very, very best of luck as you work through this case. We know this is competitive. We know you want to win. But we also know that this will be a fantastic learning experience and that you will be able to take the knowledge, competencies, and skills developed in this competition with you in your career. Undoubtedly, you'll work real hard, but I do encourage you to take a bit of time to appreciate and enjoy the opportunity. A reminder as well to please take advantage of the CSPS virtual tour that Madame Paul referenced in her remark and that the school has made available to you. Lastly, as I pointed out earlier, I encourage you after your presentation to watch the other schools because you will learn a lot by considering how they have approached the case. Thank you very much. We'll start the technical tests in about 20 minutes. If you have any questions, again, please reach out to us. Thank you very much, everyone. Merci à tous. Meilleure des chances et j'ai très hâte de vous revoir tout au long de l'après-midi ainsi que la journée de la compétition. Merci beaucoup.